This is Darshana Gauchan with your B2B Cambodia Market update for January 15th, 2025. The Cambodia Securities Exchange Index was up 2.43 points or 0.6% to 407.85. Total trade volume was down with 59,984 shares changing hands at a total value of over 334 million real or approximately $82,700. On the main board, 5 stocks were up. Leading the market was Pestech Cambodia, up 5.17% or 120 real to 2,440 real per share, followed by Acleda Bank, which was up 1.12% or 80 real to 7,200 real per share. Other stocks up were Royal Group Phnom Penh SEZ, Sihanoukville Autonomous Port, and Cam GSM. The Phnom Penh Autonomous Port was the only stock down, dropping 0.15% or 20 real to 13,660 real per share. Meanwhile, Phnom Penh Water Supply Authority, Grand Twins International, and MJQ Education stayed flat. Over on the growth board, DBD Engineering was up 0.49% or 10 real to 2,050 real per share, while JS Land dropped 0.60% or 20 real to 3,240 real per share. Acleda Bank recorded the highest trade volume of the day with 32,991 shares changing hands at a total value of 236.5 million real or roughly $58,500, which is 55% of total shares traded on January 15th. Royal Group Phnom Penh SEZ recorded the second highest trade volume of the day with 7,871 shares changing hands at a total value of 16.7 million real or a little over $4,000, making up 13% of total shares traded on Wednesday. Moving on to the exchange rate, the Khmer Real to USD strengthened to 4,034 real per US dollar, while the US dollar index was slightly down to 109.15. Looking at global commodities, oil prices rose on Wednesday, trimming losses from the previous day as the focus turned back to potential supply disruptions from sanctions on Russian tankers, though gains were capped as the market awaited more clarity on their impact. Brent crude futures edged up 51 cents or 0.6% to $80.43 a barrel after dropping 1.4% in the previous session. Gold prices edged higher on Wednesday as investors waited for the U.S. consumer price inflation report that could provide more clarity on the U.S. Federal Reserve's interest rate trajectory. Spot gold rose 0.1% to $2,681.34 per ounce. U.S. gold futures gained 0.5% to $2,696.10. Experts say if the consumer price index data comes higher, that might send gold lower because that solidifies the view that the U.S. Federal Reserve more likely will be normalizing last year's dovish policy in 2025. Stock futures hovered near the flat line on Wednesday morning as traders looked ahead to the release of December's Consumer Price Index, a key gauge of inflation. As of the time of the Cambodian market's closing, futures tied to the Dow Jones Industrial Average rose 10 points or 0.02%, S&P 500 futures were marginally up, and Nasdaq 100 futures climbed 0.12%. This was Darshana Gauchan with your B2B Cambodia Market update for January 15th.